Welcome to Better Daily Life, where we are moving forward 1% better every single day. Download the app and supercharge your journey at betterdaily.life. Now it's time to ditch facts and get facts with your host and my dad, Alex Van Houten.
What is up, Betterment family? This is Alex Van Houten in Better Daily Live. Happy Thursday. It is Word Thursday, and I'm very excited to do a recap of our Word Thursdays thus far for Season 1 in Season 2 of the Better Daily Shortcast. Good morning, Katie. Good to see you this morning. I do want to share with you a review that I appreciate and that I'm highlighting, and I want you, if you haven't already, please go review the Better Daily Shortcast. You can do it on Apple Podcasts. You can do it on Spotify. We've been doing this for a year now, 2 full seasons. I think this is episode 220. It's hard to keep count of the episodes sometimes because we publish in public about 8 weeks after I go live here. So by now this might be 230. Who knows? Anyway, point is we publish a lot of episodes, and in that time, I've learned a lot of things about doing a shortcast, and you guys have also voted on this material in one form or another, either by downloading or sharing or reviewing and subscribing. And so I want to say thank you. Keep doing that because, well, it helps us grow, and it helps connect people to things that are really helping them. I get messages on a regular basis, and thinking about how best to share that while still honoring the message, because people send me private messages because they want to tell me something they would like to keep in private. But I get messages on a regular basis talking about how much this podcast content is helping individuals. And it's cool. It's helping people not even just here in the U.S., elsewise in the world. Canada, we're really big in Germany and Ireland. I don't know what that's about, but I get the demographic information from our podcast downloads. So, hey guys in Germany and Ireland, thanks for downloading all the way out there. But this review is pretty awesome. Mr. Cameron Kane, thank you, Cameron. I appreciate you very much. 5-star review from a guy with a newborn. So there's that. If you haven't reviewed yet, this guy's got a newborn in his house. So go review, because if you don't have a newborn in your house, you have time, I promise. Or at least more than he does. He says, great content. Alex is incredible at helping folks understand complex biomechanics and metabolism and converting that into something that they can use in their daily life. A must listen for people trying to improve their physical and mental well-being. Thank you very much, Cameron. I've worked very hard to try to articulate myself well, although my friends and family tell me I still use too many words sometimes. But that's relevant to Word Thursday because, so backstory here, in the production of this shortcast, we had Mindset Monday, we had Nutrition Tip Tuesday. I talked to you guys yesterday about Wildcard Wednesday or Wednesday. We've, sorted that around. It really has been a wild card for sure, what we do on Wednesdays. But Thursday has been an opportunity to reflect on words that matter. And let me tell you about that, because it's not just like, oh, here's a cool word and here's the definition. You should use that in a sentence today. It's not that at all. It's that words have very deep meaning. Think about this, okay? Like the word courage. Courage. That's one of the words we reviewed. It wasn't the most voted on here in the downloaded, but it was one of my favorites. Anyway, courage. Courage as a word has been around longer than you've been alive and will be around long after you're dead. In a way, the word courage is longer lasting than you are. And what's crazy is we take these things that are longer lasting than us with our mouth and use them every day. And we say things, and sometimes we don't know what we're actually saying. And it's very important. There's this crazy idea that one of the things that separates mankind from the animals, in Genesis it says, God said, let us create man in our own image. So there's a difference between humans and animals, and you can hang out with any animal for 10 minutes and like, wow, there's something different going on. Or you have a different interaction or experience when you spend time with people versus with animals. And I'm not saying animals don't have feelings or consciousness or anything like that. I'm just saying that we're on some sort of other level, and we're not really sure what that means and what to do with that. But one of the words that the ancient Greeks used to use to describe that was called the logos. The logos is the capacity for consciousness, the capacity for directed, focused attention, the capacity to be an agent in the world, not just a slave to your instincts, to actually be able to make a decision. You know, this whole 1% better idea. Dogs don't sit around thinking, you know what, how could I get better today? How could things be better? What might I do today that a year from now I'll appreciate that I've done? They don't think like that. They're like, this is a bone. I like this bone. I'm going to chew on this bone. And I'm going to go bury this bone. And dogs are a pretty sophisticated animal compared to chickens or compared to fish, right? So anyway, the point is, there is this thing inside of us, and we've described it in different ways throughout history, but logos is an ancient term that tries to describe that characteristic of human beings, that quality, that ability, that godlike thing that we have that other animals don't. And there's another word that's really interesting. It's dialogue, dialogos. That is when two logoses, two conscious agents come together and communicate. Boom. Like something wild happens, something crazy and cool happens when two agents who can actually use speech to communicate themselves, to express the logos. When two of them come together, something really powerful happens. That's dialogos. And the tool of dialogue, the function of dialogue, the thing that we use to interact with other people is the word. It's speech. And something crazy is happening in our world today, and it is that we, as a population, are becoming less and less crisp and intentional with our speech. We say things every day that we don't really know what we're saying. There was a really interesting documentary that came out, I want to say about 3 or 4 months ago, by Matt Walsh out of the Daily Wire. And the documentary is called What is a Woman? And Matt Walsh has 4 kids, and he's kind of tongue-in-cheek going around the country asking very sophisticated and educated individuals, what's a woman? Because he's really trying to make the point that there's this crazy battle going on, politically speaking or medically speaking. There's this crazy battle going on about gender and sexuality and all this stuff, and that's not something I hope to recreate here, but his point was that most people can't actually define for you what they mean when they say the word woman. And not just most people, because he interviewed some everyday people, but he also asked a plastic surgeon of 30 years. He also asked a pediatrician who was prescribing puberty blockers to young children who were gender confused. Asked her to define the word woman. He asked a professor, a PhD of gender studies at a very prestigious university, to define what is a woman. And what was crazy is most couldn't tell you. A woman is a person who identifies as a woman. Like, okay, fine. But what are they identifying as? You know, you say, I identify as a woman. Okay. What is that? What is that thing that they're identifying as? And then they're like, well, you know, no, you don't know. and I'm not picking on this in particular because this is a topic I really care to argue about. But I do want to point out that our words matter. And that many of the things that we say and many of the things that we do hinge on our understanding of and our meaning in using the words that we use every day. And so that's what we're doing here in Better Daily on Thursdays, is I share with you some meditations on words that there are these words that they dig right to the root of things. And when we say them in everyday language, we don't always know what we're saying. And I want to bring back some of the power of those meanings. I want to bring back some of the power of the ability to dialogue with awesome words. So the 2 words that you guys voted on, and I say voted because we've been doing this for a year now, and these are the words that have been shared the most and downloaded the most and reviewed the most. So these 2 words were love and prayer. And I think that's pretty dang cool. One of the things that I've enjoyed about this is when I get messages from people that say, hey, thank you very much for what you said. Hey, I needed to hear that. Thank you for the topic you covered. It's usually about Word Thursday. And I love knowing that some meditations on the word love, meditations on the word prayer, that those resonated with you. And that those are things that you felt worth sharing with loved ones, and that you felt worth listening to again and worth learning from. So I'm really excited about the future of Word Thursday. There are a lot of words I haven't covered yet that are worthwhile. The English language has like 20,000 of them, so I'm not going to run out of words. But what's cool is some of these really deep words deserve multiple tries at it. How in 15 minutes am I going to describe what the word love means? How we use it, how we could use it, how we might better use the word love, how we might better feel the word love and appreciate the word love. I'm very excited to continue diving into that with you guys. And if you have a word that you'd like me to cover, I want to invite you to email me. You can message me in the Better Daily app. You can put it out in the Better Daily community and tag me in it at Coach Alex. Or you can email me at coachal@betterdaily.live. I'll look at it. I'll consider it. And if it's in keeping with what we're up to around here, I'd really like to give you my thoughts on it in a meaningful and I hope better way. Guys, this has been Alex Van Houten in Better Daily Live. Thank you for joining me for Word Thursday. Tomorrow is our last review day on Flex Friday. Get excited. I know I am. Until then, though, it's just 1%. You got this.
Thank you for joining us for your 1% better. Be you, just better, in mind, body, and spirit. Go to betterdaily.live, download our app, and check out our 5-star coaching resources. We all have a cross to carry. It's lighter when we do it together. Go to betterdaily.live today.